Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's first episode with Due on F123 and having problems under safety car. It's not very safe for the Haas here that manages to go flinging around. It does land back on its wheels and can continue onwards, but yeah, that's not supposed to happen whatsoever. I think the player car was slightly out of position, and I think the AI sort of train of cars just assumed where Cup vehicles were going to be. There becomes a moment where there are two Formula 1 cars trying to occupy the same space, and the game resolves it by pinging the Haas around. It landed on its wheels, as I say, it could have gone worse. It could have got pinged out of the circuit, let's face it. So, all in all, not great. Not the most disastrous thing, amazingly, that could have happened. The Step Forward is up next on Farming Sim 22. They are trying to do a delivery heading towards a town. They run the risk of getting past the barriers. It doesn't work. The barrier managing to catch the truck, tip all the stuff out, and then set the truck up to be drop-kicked by a train. I mean, honestly, it's an impressive chain of events, really. The Porsche. I'll tell you what, the barriers do not give you much warning in this game. There's more warning after the train has gone for the barriers opening than there was for the barriers closing. It's quite impressive, but yeah, you're going to need a, I don't know, forklift or something to scoop that up and carry on. T18 is up next on Need for Speed Underground 2. Now, they have just taken the lead of the race and everything going relatively well. Now, we've seen this circuit in the past, or this style circuit in the past, cause issues for AI cars pinging up into the air almost randomly. It's quite funny. At this point, you're wondering, well, how on earth can that happen so much when the player's going to be well out in front and not have a problem? Keep an eye in the rear view mirror if you can. It's very difficult to spot because an AI car does indeed get launched. A huge dive bomb goes on for the car in second and the player gets wiped out by a car falling from the sky. Now, so there's a car, I think it was in third, it may have been in fourth, actually, that got pinged up into the air, managed to travel far enough forward to hit the player that was leading. That's honestly mighty impressive. The odds on that are tiny, but there we go. We're on to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Next, with a battle between some very, very fast cars. The player tries to go a different way, doesn't realise there's an indestructible wall there for the poor Veyron. It's a lot of flips, and it does at least, it lands nicely. It's a good landing from all of that. Douglas on Beam, not such a good landing, trying to go a little bit too quick up a trail, and well, now we're tumbling down a hill. It's a really easy mistake to make, you going too fast on these sort of narrow trails. And the poor Hopper, it's still cartwheeling. It's a really impressive cartwheel right there, this Hopper taking up gymnastics. It sticks the landing too, probably still work as well, that Hopper, but yeah, just a little mistake, big consequences. Now we stick with Beam next. What happened to cause this particular crash? We do not know. The recording just starts with the vehicle spinning around on its roof. Something has gone wrong. I'm going to guess some sort of damage. Something is clipping, or something is broken in a way that is unnatural, because without any assistance from throttle or anything, this vehicle is just spinning. And when I say it is continuing spinning, actually the whole clip of this is like 2 and a bit minutes long or something. It goes on for a very long time with this vehicle just spinning. You can node grabber it, pick it up, throw it around, and it continues to just want to spin. You can chuck bits off, and nope, it's still spinning. Now, it does land back onto its wheels, and that momentarily stops the spinning. However, if you node grabber it and pick it up, it then returns to spin. Yes, we have got perpetual motion in the form of a hopper. Yep, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. X90 is up next on Assetto Corsa with a Lamborghini going for a little bit of a roll. A bit of a curb assist and a fair bit of a Peugeot assist on that one. There was sort of a gap for the Peugeot to try for, I think these are AI cars, the pair of them. But the Peugeot, yeah, kind of goes for a gap that was ish there, but wasn't really there. The Lamborghini just falls over. I mean, it's one thing to try and get out of the way of the faster cars, but that was a little bit dry. There's not even very much contact in all of this, as far as you can see. I mean, the curb on the inside here is a little bit nasty. I don't know whether. Yeah, I think the Lamborghini got a bit unfortunate with contact just the wrong second as it hit the curb and got dumped. Flyingtoothpick up next on Assetto Corsa with an auto. That's not how front wheels work. I mean, I know these cars, auto union, very, very old vehicle, but that's not how front wheels have ever worked. Just spin around in a circle. It's glorious. And finally, we have Shep on Assetto Corsa with an AI in a GT40 that's just had enough. It's had enough, it's launched, now we're going to do a U-turn in the middle of the track, cause complete and utter chaos, wiping out a bunch of Ferraris and a bunch of other stuff behind. And then having caused that chaos, it's going to go to its pit box. I guess its AI pathing for some reason wants to go there. Why, I don't know, when everything else is absolutely fine. This is on board with the player car that started a fair bit further back. I think, is this with the is it the Matra? Is it these ones? Either way, it doesn't get a great start, which is actually probably quite good. You didn't want to be close because they have got the ability to avoid the absolute track-blocking shenanigans that has gone on at the start of that race. Yet just one AI car decided it didn't want to race, and that made a mess for everybody. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips like submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description, and all the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.